Hello, good day everyone. Welcome to Mathematics 4, Quarter 4, Week number 6. So, we are now in Quarter 4, Week number 6 of our most essential learning competencies. Our learning competencies for this day, kids, interpret data presented in different kinds of bar graph. This would be vertical or horizontal. This would be single or double bar graph and solve routine and non-routine problem involving data presented in single or double bar graph. Now, let's have some review first. Direction, you're going to study the vertical bar graph, then answer the following question. So, this would be the graph and this would be the question. You have 10 seconds to answer. Your timer starts now. So, what is the title of the graph? So, you can uh, type in your comment in the comment section below. So, the title of the graph is Tina's Daily Savings for 1 week. So, this would be the title. Then, for number 2, what is the found in what is found in the horizontal axis? You have 10 seconds. Your timer starts now. So horizontal axis. What would be the answer? Time is up. Now let's reveal the answer. The answer is the uh, uh, this should be the number of days, not the amount. So this should be number of days. This should be the horizontal axis, and this should be the vertical axis. Now, so what is found in the vertical axis? This would be the amount. So this should be the amount, not the number of days. And then for number 4, in what day did he save small amount? In what day? So you have 10 seconds. What day? So observe the bar graph. So what day did he save small amount? The answer is Wednesday. He saved 10 pesos. She saved 10 pesos. Then for number 5, what is his total savings for 1 week? You have 10 seconds. Starts now. Okay, so what would be the answer? Time's up. The correct answer is 200 pesos because we have 30 pesos in Sunday, then 20 pesos for Monday, so this would be 50. Then Tuesday we have 30, we have 80 all in all, plus 10, 90, plus 20, we have 110, plus 40, 160, 150 rather, and then plus 50, we have 200 pesos in a week. So that would be our review lesson for today. So let's proceed to our main topic for this day. We're going to interpret the data presented in different kinds of bar graph. This should be vertical or horizontal, or single or double bar graph, and its application to problem solving. Now, let's define first the graphs. Graphs are used to represent data. They are great because they communicate information visually. So, a bar graph is used to compare the data from different groups or periods. It is uses bar to show relation between two or more quantities. So, we have a single bar graph. This can be the vertical or horizontal data. So data is a collection of gathered information. So let's use a bar graph. A bar graph is used to show relation between two or more quantities. On the top of the bar is the title. So this would be the title. And on the left and the bottom are the information being presented, like the number of students, and the name of the days or the number of days. Now we have here a vertical bar graph. So this would be the vertical bar graph. So this would be the number of students and this would be the color. So we have a vertical line up in each of the quantities. Then forget the title of the graph. Then we have a horizontal bar graph. So the line being represented is in the horizontal form. So we have the school supplies, items sold. So this would be the illustration for the horizontal bar graph. Then we have the double bar graph. The double bar graph are used to compare or represent two set of data using bars. It can be also horizontal or vertical. So this would be the example. So as you can see, we have two bar. So we have double bar for the vanilla. So we can compare the data in the first grade and the second grade. So first grading and the second grading. Now, as you can see, we have two set of data. So this should be the vertical bar graph and this should be the horizontal bar graph. Now, let's have some example to further analyze this topic. So let's study the horizontal bar graph below and then answer the question that follows. So this should be the title. This should be the data being represented in a weeks. So we have week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. And then this should be the amount. So we have the interval of 100, 0 to 100, 100 to 200, and then 200 to 300, 300 to 400. Don't forget, we have the same interval in each of the quantity. So this should be the question. What is the title of the graph? So what is the title of the graph? Grade for pupils. Very good. The title of the graph is Norvig's load consumption for the January. Then this would be the second question. How much load did he spend on week 1? So week 1, this would be the week 1, and this should be the quantity. We have 300 pesos. Then in number 3, in what week did he spend more load? In what week? So this would be the higher uh, bar graph, the higher bar. So this would be in week number 3. So let's proceed to question number 4. What is the total amount of load did he spend for the month of January? So what would be? So we can total week number 1 is 300. Week number 2 is 250. Week number 3 is 350. And week number 4 is 250. So add 250, 250. This should be 500. 500 plus 300. We have 500 plus 350. We have 850 plus 300. We have 1,150 pesos. All in all. So that would be the answer. Then for number 5, in what weeks had the same load consumption? As you can see, week number 2 and week number 4 has the same uh, load consumption. We have 250 for week number 4, 250, 250 for week number 2. So this should be week number 2 and week number 4. So that would be the problem. For problem number 2, this would be Gerald vertical garden. Has a vertical garden. He made a bar graph for the number of vegetable he harvested as shown below. So this would be the graph. So this would be the vegetables harvested. Then on the left side, we have number of vegetable, and then this should be the name of the vegetable. So this graph is a vertical bar graph. Now, for question number one, what is the total number of vegetable did Gerald harvested? So we're going to solve for each of the uh, number of vegetable. So squash has a 15, ampalaya has 13, and eggplant has 25, and carrot has 24, and radish has 20. So let's count. So we have 15. This would be 13. This would be 25, 24, and 20. So let's add. So 15. Let's add 15 plus 13, we have 28. 28 plus 25, we have 13, group 1, 53, plus 24, we have 77. 77 plus 20, we have 97. So, all in all, we have 97 vegetables. So, that would be the total number of vegetable harvested by uh, Gerald. Now, in question number 2, if Gerald wants to sell a hash squash at 35 pesos each, how much would be his income for selling squash? As you can see, the number of squash in our bar graph was 15. So we have 15 multiplied by 35. The answer would be 525 pesos. So that would be the answer for question number 2. Now, for question number 3. Gerald mothers cook 6 eggplant, 3 ampalaya, and 1 squash. How many vegetables will have left for Gerald? Now, so in question number 1, the total vegetable harvested by Gerald is 97. So, if his mother cooked 6 plus 3 plus 1 number of vegetable, so this would be 10. The vegetable left for Gerald would be 87. So that would be the answer. Now, for question number 4. Gerald feeds his pet rabbits with 3 carrots. How many carrots was left for Gerald? So based on the data presented, the number of carrots would be 24. So this would be 24. If this would be 24, we're going to subtract this one by 3. The answer would be 21 carrots. Now, let's proceed to question number 5. How many more radishes than squash did he harvested? Now, we have a radish. This would be 20. Subtracted by squash. This would be 15. So the answer would be 5. 5 radish. So that would be the example number 2. Now, for example number 3, this would be a double horizontal bar graph. So, direction, read and interpret the table, the double bar graph, and answer the question that follow. This would be the mathematics class attendance per section. This would be the section. This would be the number of girls and boys. Now, let's proceed. What is the title of the double horizontal bar graph? So, the title would be the mathematics class attendance per section. Next, for question number 2. What information is placed along the horizontal axis? So, this would be the horizontal axis. This would be the number of boys and girls. And then for question number 3, how many boys attended in section Aguinaldo? This would be the Aguinaldo. But the question is, how many boys? So the girls, this would be the girls, the light one. And this would be the boys. Boys is 15. So this would be the answer. So 15 boys. Then for question number 4, what is the total number of girls attended the class? So we're going to total the number of girls attended in the class. So in Aguinaldo, we have 12 rather than 17, because if not placed in the middle, so if this one placed in the middle, this would be 18, but it's not placed in the middle, so this would be 17. This would be 17 also, and this would be 20, and this would be, so if 18 is in the middle, this would be 19. So we're going to add 17 plus 17. We have 24 at 34. Then plus 20, we have 54. Plus 19, we have 73. So the answer would be 73 girls. Now, for question number 5, how many more girls than boys attend the class? So as you can see, we have 51 boys. So we're going to subtract 73 minus 51. The answer is 22 girls more. So yan. So let's have some activity time. So you're going to answer 10 seconds each of the questions. So the direction, choose the letter of the correct answer. So this would be the problem. Maricar just received her grades for first grading and second grading. She made a double bar graph to compare her grades in each subject for grading. So this would be the question. Number 1, how much increase in her grade in music during first and second grading? So this would be the bar graph. So this would be the choices. Letter A, 5, B, 10, C, 15, and D, 20. You have 10 seconds, grade for pupils. Your timer starts now. You may comment your answer in the comment section below. Okay, time's up. Now, the correct answer for this one, we have letter A, because in the first grading, uh, the grade of Maricar in music is 80. And in the second grading, we have 85. 85 minus 5, the answer. 85 minus 80, the answer would be 5. So this should be the difference. This should be the increase. Next, for question number 2, describe her grades in arts. Is it letter A, it increased by 5? Letter B, it is decreased by 5. Letter C, it increased by 10. And letter D, it maintained. You have 10 seconds. Your timer starts now. Comment down your answer in the comment section below. Grade 5 pupils, grade 4 pupils. Now, let's reveal the answer. The answer would be letter D. It maintains. Then for question number 3. What is her average grade in MAPE for first grading? MAPE in first grading. Is it letter A, 87 and 25 hundreds? Letter B, 86 and 25 hundreds? Letter C, in 88 and 25 hundreds? Or letter D, 89 and 25 hundreds? You have 10 seconds. Your timer starts now. Time's up. Now let's reveal the answer. The answer would be letter B. So add uh, 80 plus 90 plus 90 plus 85 divided by 4. The answer is 86 and 25 hundredths. Now for question number 4. In what grading period did she get higher grades? In what grading period? Is it letter A, first grading, B, second grading? Your timer starts now. Comment down your answer in the comment section below. Let's check your work. The answer would be second grading. So you can see it shows in the graph, it increased in the first grading by 5. It maintained in the art, but in PE and health, it increases. So the answer would be second grading. And then for question number 5, what is her average grade in health? Is it letter A, 87, B, 88, C, 89, D, 90? You have 10 seconds. Starts now. This should be health. Time's up. Now let's reveal the answer. The answer, we have 89. So we have 85 plus 88 and 90, 85 plus 93 divided by 2. This should be 89. Now for your home learning task, grade 4 pupils, you're going to answer assessment in your self-learning module. This should be week 6, lesson number 6. So this should be 1 to 5. So that's all for today. Uh, See you again next video lesson. So don't forget to answer your home learning tasks.